Okay. Great, thanks everyone for attending our November meeting. My goodness, this year is almost over. Where has the time gone as I look at November? Oh. And everybody get a chance to look at the meeting notes from last month. Any changes or updates to them? Look through them again today. They look perfect. All right, then I would say the meeting stand approved as is. Any updates? Have you heard on the traffic cameras or?
I have.
Brian
is coming in.
Oh, is he coming in? Okay, good. We'll see if Brian's had any updates. I haven't gotten anything from Chief Hawk. Have you?
No,
I kind of figured it's.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a rough one, because at some point, something's gonna have to move
Something's got to move, yeah, but
one way or the other.
yeah, I hadn't heard anything. Hi, Brian.
Hi there. Sorry. Trying to make Zoom work right.
Not a problem. We all been there. Any updates on the traffic cameras? Have you heard anything from Chief
No,
Hawk?
there's been no update, and I don't know when to expect
Yeah.
to hear something. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to drag through the end of this year, but I wouldn't expect to have something in the next 2 weeks either.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that if they would agree to move quickly, we'd have something by now. And if
Yeah.
not, it's gonna drag a bit longer.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody's just holding firm.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we will just continue to check in until we've got something to work with on that. So with Civic Engage, next topic was the website updates. Did you all set there on with?
Yeah, we had kind of a kickoff meeting today with one of their people that kind of ran through what the first stages of the process will be, and what input they need from town employees, and then like their kind of expected work timeline, which was pretty rough. It wasn't hey, we're going to do it here, here, and here. They kind of were asking us what worked for us, so we did. The schedule should work good for RJ's schedule, John's schedule, my schedule to be able to roll it out as expected, and not overlap too much with our other tracer program, zoning stuff that's going on. Saldo.
Right.
So,
When do you expect to roll it out?
I think it's still. I want to say it was 7 months was the contract.
Right, about right.
Yeah.
Give or take. All right, so since it's now the decision's been made, we've been moving forward. Mike, do you want to reach out to the citizens that wanted to be part of our committee here? Or sounding?
Sure, I'm glad to do that. How should I frame that though? What exactly are we asking them to do, and how are we going to include them?
Well, my thought was an open for everybody's discussion, but I think we need to close the loop and let them know we have decided on Civic Engage, that's our vendor of choice, and give them some examples like of Cranberry and some of the other places. I think that's what we talked about last time, was give them some of the sites that are also posted by them, and see if they've got any feedback or input for us as we're working on our design and where we go forward. That's what we discussed last time, isn't it? Thinking Joe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's about it.
And they're plus, let them know almost all the other areas around us have the same.
Yeah, and that's where show them, send them, these are the various ones that have it, let us know what you like or don't like about these.
And then if they have a website, they can even go to the website.
That's what, go to the various websites and see what they like. And as we come and let them know, as we come up with more design things, have an opportunity to give a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing.
So perhaps I could put together a survey form to send to them. Do you think that would make sense? Give us some explanation of where we are and share links to those sites that you suggested. And what do you think?
I don't know if we need an official survey, but just let them know this is what we've decided, and give them the other websites and ask them, go take a peek at what Cranberry does and what, the others, give them the list.
I don't think survey is a bad idea, because it's something written. So if anybody ever comes back
Yeah, how about this? Let me talk to RJ and John, and then Mike, maybe I can send you, you know, kind of maybe what what are we looking to ask questions about? Instead of too open-ended, maybe we could make that work that way. Does that make sense? Like, if we kind of figure out what we're looking to get input on and how to make it work.
Most things are gonna be, is it people friendly?
Yeah, what do you like about these other sites? What would you like to see on ours?
Easy enough, is it easy, can you access it? Can you,
Mhm.
is it understandable? Can you access it? How long did it take you to access it? Is it interactive? Did you find that helpful, not helpful?
And then maybe like a grid of certain functions, and then like must have, nice to have,
Yeah.
don't really care or don't think we need it. Just something simple and
Yeah, that's what I'm envisioning. I just want, maybe if I can just get RJ and John, who's been on like the full kind of push for, not push, but the full conversation of what their plan is, from Civic Engage. See if we can frame that a certain way, if that makes sense.
I'm willing to build the survey. I think that's fine. So should I wait to hear from you, Brian, or?
Yeah, I'll get something for you by the end of this week, because I'm meeting with them this week about something else, so we'll just do that on our agenda.
And the reason I like having a survey is then all the responses can come into one place, and it'll be easy to kind of put them together into some kind of easily digested database.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. All
Good.
right. Go ahead, Mike. Anything else then on the website?
No, I mean, that's kind of where we are right now. Like I said, we had a kickoff meeting today, so that's
Good.
that was more them filling out how to work with us. So
Understand.
yeah.
All right, good. Those were the main topics on other business. I do have, Brian, I've got, yeah,
Can I
go
ask
ahead.
one more question?
Sure.
Yep.
Brian, is it possible that when you all go to, I forget the name of it, the meeting where all the town managers are?
Like the cog.
COG, yeah.
yeah.
Since there's so many of us that are in or using the same kind of software, I'm just wondering if we can't get a better deal. You know what I'm talking about?
I get that. I think that would be hard for them to make work and give us a good deal. I know what you're saying. I feel like I went down this route one time, and you know, I feel like maybe a smaller local company would build websites that then could like use a template, but I feel like they have a model and they wouldn't budge at this point because they have us all. Like, I don't think there's a way to make that work right now. Now, maybe it's worth the conversation in the future, and I can talk about that when I go there. I just I have a feeling that one's tough to make work, but it's a good idea.
Because I know that was brought up, because I was on that my very first year.
Mhm.
I was on that committee, and I know it was brought up. Just technology in itself. To look at equipment, things like that, to see if we can't do some purchasing together.
Yeah, I mean, the best benefit of the COG is always that we can do some joint purchasing, and obviously we benefit from it for salt. We benefit for it when we purchase vehicles, our waste management, or, you know, any garbage pickup was a contract with another township or multiple townships. And that's where you know.
It was
that's-
just tossed out there to look that maybe we can get some softwares at better prices if everybody joined in, but.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand because we're independent, everybody's independent, and everybody's needs are a little bit different, so I understand that.
Yeah, that's a struggle every COG has, that you know, when you match up, we match up really well with 3 or 4 other communities, and then there's some in the COG that really match up well with other ones and don't have the same needs. You run into that.
Okay.
That was all I had.
Okay, good. I do have, Brian, I've got RJ's note she sent to both of us on the update on Tracer. I
Yes.
thought I could go through. Basically, everything's going, moving along well. Last week, they extracted the data from Permit LV, and they're merging it into the Tracer system. They're going to be extracting data from the fire marshal's inspection software and the TCV the COG code enforcement system soon. The COG stuff is still a bit in beta testing, so not sure how that's all gonna work from a functionality. But you know, they can also enter the cases in manually. It's only been, Alex has only been here since June, so there's not that many. She's also getting a data dump from the county to update all tax parcel information, which is good. You know, we've had Gateway manually update some of this annually, but we probably don't have a good tracking system to confirm that all the little discrepancies that have occurred over the years. So getting a clean data dump is a good thing to do as a reset point. You know, that's pretty much it. She talked a little bit about more about Gateway can resume once we get this data dump, then Gateway will resume maintaining our map manually. And then once they get the permitting system done, they'll move on to code enforcement, fleet management, work orders, and the public 311. So still on target for January launch.
And I asked at the last council meeting, and I asked Brian and Tricia, when they're doing the HVAC, or and they tear these ceilings out, are we wiring? And it's in the budget, so we are.
Yes, good, good. The other quick update is Tricia pulled and Melinda pulled me in a call yesterday with Springbrook to try and get that. We have a new rep with Springbrook now. We went back through, you know, all the confusion and we actually had their chief revenue officer on the phone as well as the chief development guy on the phone. So we did get some questions answered. The next step is, and we talked through a rollout scenario. What would a phase 1, phase 2, you know, maybe some 1A, 1B kind of things. She's putting it together in a spreadsheet. And we're going to confirm that we've got the right modules, because that's been up for debate going with all this turnover of reps that we've had with Springbrook. So we're going to confirm that. Melinda should have it tomorrow. Once that's confirmed, then we'll get updated pricing from them. And we've already told them what we are expecting based upon the proposals we've had in the past, which is not a 10% discount. So we shall see where this all comes, but that's kind of back on target with a projected start date of April. And they can make that, you know, for the time being. So that is where we are with Springbrook at the time.
When does that need signed?
Is that all
Make
that
April.
flash?
Probably within, what'd they say, within
They
this,
said the sooner the better.
yeah,
So
that's,
December,
yeah,
Say,
yeah. And-
December, January.
Yeah, but I think we're fine, we're getting to where we've got somebody who is listening to us.
Is that,
And
is that gonna conflict?
with the rest of this,
Well, what was the other, on our website, we're looking at 7 months out. This is in April, this is 7 months out,
April would be a start of the project.
okay,
and
and
we're-
this, with the website, the rollout will be the 7 months. All right.
it's different.
It's all different.
I
Yeah, the
understand that,
the
but
way
I
they
mean-
kind of overlap, Dr. Rappa, is that the finance department really won't be working on the website part of it outside of Tricia having some overlap.
'Cause
So,
I just worry about, we don't have all the,
I know, we don't have a lot of people.
yes.
Right. And the staff is
Hey,
already.
Brian,
very
I do
busy.
watch out for that.
I
Well-
appreciate it, because that is true. It's, you know, it's one of those things that's gonna make all of our lives better and more productive, but there's gonna be the learning pains of getting it in place and all that. And that's
Right.
that's something, but I think you know, the overall people are looking forward to updating it for something that's better for our town and the size that we are and how we make things work. So
And the plan is still to do the budget process next year.
Yeah.
That's the first big thing to do in Springbrook, which means it would start, what, August,
What do we,
July.
July,
July.
August?
yeah, you know, that process starts in July, but I think and I've been kind of through that where we were messing between two. You can make it work no matter what if you were dragged out a bit, but I think the hope would be, and once you actually start throwing data in there, it's going to be into early August, where June and July is still kind of figuring out where we are throughout the year and what are our needs for the future years.
And we'll be going with payroll. We're not gonna do the full HR. That's too big of a chunk to bite off, nor do I necessarily think that we've got enough people, we have to have it.
Can add it later. but-
Yeah, we can add it. That's another add-on we can add. The other one that we discussed, it kind of went back and forth a bit on, was the single sign-on module. It's a couple grand a year. Said, depending upon what their pricing is, yes, it'd be nice to have a single sign-on module instead of folks having to sign on to multiple systems, but given where everything else is, again, that might be something we add, unless you guys tell me that that's,
We're already used to going.
Yeah.
Well, I would be one, I bet you Craig would say the same, and single sign on is a
I
security,
agree.
I
kill somebody in one place and they're
Yeah.
gone everywhere. So
I would agree, however,
that's the only part of it I would say.
yeah. So we'll see what the pricing comes back as. Yeah, I think they've adjusted the base prices of their modules, given as I was looking at some of those proposals, it just keeps changing, so.
but that's-
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know they talked a bit, I don't know how much was talked yesterday, but the tax collection module or whatever version of that exists. It's a crazy thing. Pennsylvania tax collection, I've been through this before. There's a whole lot of like old DOS-based systems that exist.
Yeah,
And they really kind of run the market, but there's a lot of those companies that literally have one person that takes care of that. And the last township I was in, literally the guy from Kentucky that built it and ran it just said, "I'm quitting in 3 weeks. Good luck." And there was no more support and it was gone. So yeah, that's this, but that is the market, unfortunately, in Pennsylvania. So
right. They're working on, they've got it's the business privilege tax. It's
Yeah.
still in,
Real estate.
is it real estate that's in
Yeah.
beta? Not that, well, that'll be
The-
second,
The real estate is second, but they're gonna do the business privilege and then the real. estate.
and then real estate after.
The real
Yes.
estate in real time for the payments.
Oh, that's right, it
It
was-
was take the online payments as of yet.
As of yet, so that's why tax, we're gonna get the financials and then we'll go to tax, but we understand, Trish and I were talking about the fact as well, there is one person that's. I think is supporting your current tax software, so Brian, you're spot on.
yeah.
We're sitting on borrowed time on that. The only other business, and it's not here because Craig, I didn't think you were gonna make the meeting tonight, was the article that we had talked about last time.
Yeah, I still owe you that.
Okay,
I
Okay.
got your email. Thank you for that.
you're welcome. I did reach out to Chief Hawk and got some input from him as to what his officers are getting. This was an update. We did a security article. A year ago now for McMail. And we discussed updating it. So I reached out to Chief Hawk to see what his officers are getting as far as scams and that kind of stuff, so that we could get the latest as to what seems to be hitting the canvas. Understanding tomorrow it'll be something different, but at least we got some input from
And,
him.
and I don't know where it comes from. Do you get that neighborhood alerts? I do. I get it on my phone. Anything that happens,
From like the Ring or one of those.
yeah, it must be from
It's
that.
probably, yeah, if you Ring. it's-
Yeah, I have Ring.
Yeah,
And it
it's from
just
Ring.
tells me all those different things that went on. Like I knew about the Highland Fire before
Yeah,
the fire department got there.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, you signed up for something.
I didn't think I signed up for anything.
Somewhere you signed up for
I
something.
signed out the cats down on Highland Avenue. And coyotes in Ross.
Yeah, we got coyotes everywhere. They're everywhere. All right, that's what I had. What other business folks, any other topics that you all have this evening?
Just wanted to expand on what Joe said about the single sign-on solution. In a cloud environment, it's even more important than it is on an on-premises system, because you don't want these accounts lingering for years down the road and having a former employee still with access to it. So
Okay.
when you have these cloud systems, the single sign-on has even more value than it used to.
Okay,
Just something to keep in mind.
all right, Melinda, I think those are some things, if you could let Tricia know.
Yeah.
That we talked about it tonight. And I didn't think about the cloud stuff. I was more from an on-prem perspective, so.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
can access it from anywhere, you definitely want to be able to remove those accounts as quickly as you can.
All right, got it. So I think we do want single sign-on. Okay, what else? Anybody else have any other topics tonight?
I have one thing, we currently have two or three cameras that exist in the administration, level of the building. We do not know currently where that is connected to, if it's connected anywhere. So that's just, I want to let the tech committee know that we are exploring, what they are, if they're way outdated, what our thing might be. There's a couple places we should probably have some coverage on the admin side.
Okay.
Of some security cameras. And I would like it to be integrated with the police security cameras, but also give us access to ours without interfering with any of those rules that the state police have for separation of service of things like that. So
Have you thought about having a captured vestibule down there? It's there, have the door locked and you buzz in rather than just let people coming in all the time?
I mean,
No, we
I
wanna be
haven't.
Friendly, but
I haven't talked about that yet. I know it's been mentioned. I mean, I think we are aware that the office itself isn't particularly, like it wasn't designed with today's thoughts of security in mind.
but you have a captured vestibule.
I understand. Yeah.
All you need is a button door. I mean, you have the door, you just have to. get
Yeah,
something.
I think, we'd have to be able to magnetize something and get electric there and do
I mean,
that.
it's not that expensive, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not,
Having
yeah.
done it several times.
Mhm.
It would be so easy. I mean, Joanne's there. She could
Yeah.
talk to the person. All you need is a ring.
Yeah.
And you can talk to the person
Mhm.
and then she can know whether or not to let them in or not.
Yeah.
Rather than everything open. I mean, after we left council the other night, those doors were wide open and we're all here. I'm thinking, boy, we were vulnerable here. Just
Mhm.
thought about it.
No,
Yeah.
that's good. Brian, is there anything that we can be doing right now to help you out with this idea around the cameras? Anything we can help with?
Probably not yet. I want to explore what we have and then, maybe we'll come to you guys then for suggestions. I mean, even there's some, obviously, the world of cameras and technology has just gone super cheap in the last few years. And I don't know if that's the best option. I would rather have something that integrates with what we have, but I know at the end of the day, the stuff we do have down in the police station in the sense of cameras that exist around the building is just getting to the point where it's, probably an older technology and there's probably something that might be a little bit better out there. So worth a discussion at that point. I think I just want to find out what we have first and then bring some ideas to you guys.
All right, we can do that. Sounds good. Anything else this evening?
And while there's discussion about cameras, has there been any consideration of replacing the camera that's in the room that you folks are in right now?
I'm not sure. I don't know how old that is. I know at the end of the day, it was kind of put in pre-COVID, so it wasn't really designed for COVID, meetings, Zoom meetings, but I haven't explored that yet. It's not, I guess I don't look at it as a complaint that I've heard yet, so it hasn't been
Okay.
on my
But
list
Brian,
yet.
But Brian, the sooner you look into that, remember,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna tear the ceiling out, they're gonna wire. There's no sense not wiring for cameras.
Mhm.
So.
Well, I was just thinking speaking of newer cameras, there are cameras that will do subtle, gentle pin, tilt, zoom, and make the experience for the remote participants a little bit better. I don't know if that's something that's attractive.
And in color too.
Pardon me?
And they have, we have colored cameras now instead of just black and white.
Well, this is color because you can see what.
Oh, no, I know that, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying that
Yeah.
with the technology, it gets the visions, I mean, the pictures are brighter and
Right.
better. And
Absolutely.
And judging by the looks of it, I think that one probably can pan, tilt and zoom. It just never has.
Well, I don't, yeah,
It can,
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, I think it can be remotely controlled, but I mean, ones that do it automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is only probably my second meeting that I've called into. And looking at the big room and essentially, the people that are sitting on the dais there, it doesn't even look like there's anyone sitting there.
I agree.
At the end of the day. It just looks like we're talking to an empty room. So,
Yeah,
right,
and we're right in front, like sitting from where you guys are sitting. It looks like we're right in front of you because your
Right.
your screen's right in front of you. But
Right.
yeah. So yeah, there's some awkwardness here for the room and the way it's set up for sure.
Okay. What else? Anything else? Going once, going twice? Do I hear a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
and a second? So seconded. All right, I think we are adjourned for this evening. That was a record. Well, we're between projects, so it's a good time. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all in December. Oh, my goodness.
You
Okay,
too. Have a good one.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Yeah.
take care.